Every morning in a quiet Tokyo neighborhood, an 87-year-old man walks to the market. He doesn't move fast. He doesn't carry much. But he walks every single day. No protein shakes, no gym sessions, just a small bag of tofu, a piece of grilled mackerel, maybe some soba noodles for lunch. What keeps his legs moving? What keeps his back straight, his hands steady, and his independence alive, when most people his age rely on walkers or wheelchairs? That's what we're uncovering today. You see, the Japanese have one of the highest life expectancies in the world. But it's not just about living long, it's about living strong. And their secret? It's not in a pill, it's in the kitchen. In the next few minutes, you'll discover 7 humble foods that are quietly helping millions of Japanese seniors stay active, cook for themselves, and walk with purpose, well into their 80s, 90s, and beyond. These aren't superfoods. They're everyday choices, repeated over decades. And by the end of this video, you might just find one that fits into your life too. So let's begin with a quiet bowl of tofu and a story that might just change how you age. The silent strength of Japanese elders. Why they still walk at 90. In Japan, strength doesn't roar. It doesn't look like bulging muscles or sweaty gym selfies. It looks like an old woman tying her apron at sunrise. It sounds like the quiet shuffle of slippers on a stone path to the market. It feels like a warm bowl of miso soup after a morning walk. Across Japan, you'll find elders in their 80s and 90s doing things that many in the West stopped doing by 70. Walking, shopping, cooking, even biking. Not because they're chasing youth, but because they've never stopped moving. Take Mr. Saito, for example. He's 89, lives alone. Every day he walks half a mile to his neighborhood market. He picks up a few things. Some tofu, a piece of fish, a bundle of spinach, and chats briefly with the shop owner. Then he walks home, cooks, eats, reads, naps. Simple, quiet, powerful. You might think he's lucky or genetically gifted, but when you look closer, you see something else entirely. You see rhythm. You see decades of small, repeated choices. You see a lifestyle built not on diets or trends, but on habits woven into the culture. Because in Japan, aging isn't a decline, it's a transition. And staying strong isn't about resistance, it's about resonance with the body's changing needs. Their strength is not sudden. It's not built in 90-day challenges or expensive powders. It's built in kitchens, in markets, in morning routines. And here's what makes this story even more powerful. Japanese elders don't aim to be strong. They just never stopped being functional. And the foods they eat, many of which we'll explore in this video, are a big part of why. So let's walk with Mr. Saito. Let's step into the kitchens of Okinawa, the fish markets of Hokkaido, and the small wooden homes where elders still cook for themselves. Because what they eat, how they move, and the way they live might just hold the keys to a stronger, more independent life after 60. Let's begin with the cornerstone of it all, tofu. The real reason muscles fade. After 60, and why the Japanese beat it naturally. Most people think muscle loss is just part of getting old.
You slow down, you get weaker.
You slow down.
It's just aging.
You get weaker. It's just aging. But that's only half the story. The truth is, your body doesn't lose strength because of age. It loses strength because it stops receiving the signals it needs to maintain muscle. After age 60, something subtle but powerful begins to happen. Your muscles become less responsive to protein. You need more of it and more consistently to trigger repair and growth. This process has a name, sarcopenia. It starts quietly. Maybe you notice stairs feel harder or getting up from the couch takes more effort. Left unchecked, it accelerates. But here's the hopeful part. It's not inevitable. And Japanese elders are living proof. They don't talk about grams of protein. They don't track macros or follow high-protein diets. Instead, they follow a cultural rhythm that naturally protects their strength. Small portions of protein at every meal. Gentle, anti-inflammatory foods like tofu, miso, and fish. A lifestyle that favors movement. Walking, gardening, cooking,
It's a
not as
beautiful morning
exercise,
today.
but as living.
Indeed.
In the West, we
Park is
often eat
lovely at
protein
this
in
hour.
big chunks. One heavy meal at dinner, maybe a protein shake. In Japan, it's the opposite. Protein comes in small, steady waves, morning, noon, and night. And that rhythm matters. Why? Because aging muscles respond better to frequent, moderate protein than to rare, massive doses. Scientific studies now confirm this. They show that distributing protein evenly across meals helps older adults build and maintain lean muscle more effectively. So while many seniors in the U.S. are prescribed supplements after losing strength, Japanese elders avoid that spiral altogether. They nourish their muscles before they weaken. It's not magic, it's just consistency. And as we move forward, you'll see how this philosophy lives inside every Japanese kitchen, starting with one of the simplest and most powerful ingredients of all, tofu. Tofu and edamame, the everyday foods that quietly rebuild muscle. Imagine a food that's soft on your teeth, gentle on your stomach, easy to cook, affordable, and quietly rebuilding your muscles after 60. That food is tofu. In Japan, tofu isn't trendy. It's not labeled high protein in bold letters. It's not hyped on fitness blogs. It's just there, on kitchen tables, in miso soup, in lunchboxes, everywhere. Tofu is made from soybeans, a complete plant protein that contains all the essential amino acids your muscles crave. But here's what makes it powerful for aging bodies. It's easy to chew, especially important for elders with sensitive teeth. It's easy to digest, avoiding the heaviness of red meat. It's rich in calcium and isoflavones, which help protect bones and reduce inflammation. Mrs. Tanaka, age 85, eats tofu almost every day. She doesn't think about protein science. She just makes a simple dish, cold tofu with green onions and soy sauce for breakfast. Later, maybe miso soup with soft tofu cubes. She's not trying to build muscle. She's just living. But unknowingly, she's doing everything right. Edamame,
Yes,
those
it will
young
be
green
perfect
soybeans,
with,
play a quiet
cucumber.
role too. Served lightly salted, often with tea, they replace chips and crackers as snacks. But they do far more. Packed with protein, full of fiber, loaded with antioxidants. This means better recovery, better digestion, and better absorption, especially crucial after 60. For elders in Japan, tofu and edamame are more than food.
Try
They're
some of these,
habits,
my dear.
rituals, small comforts tied to childhood memories and seasons.
Delicious.
And for those of us outside Japan, that's the beauty of it. You don't need to become a nutrition expert. You don't need to change everything. Just try this. Add tofu to a stir-fry once a week. Toss some edamame into your salad or enjoy them as a snack. Or try miso soup in the morning instead of toast. Each time, you're not just eating. You're sending your muscles a message. I'm still here. I still move. I still matter. That's the quiet power of tofu and edamame. And that's how Japanese elders rebuild strength, one small bowl at a time. Next, we'll explore a food that might challenge your taste buds but strengthen your bones more than you'd expect. Natto. Natto and tempeh, fermented proteins that do more than build muscle. Let's talk about a food that many Japanese elders eat, and many Westerners politely push away. It's sticky, it smells strong, and to some, it looks like something the cat dragged in. It's called natto, and it might be the most underrated powerhouse for aging bodies. Made from fermented soybeans, natto is more than a source of protein. It's a living food, rich in probiotics, vitamin K2, and enzymes that do something no supplement can. They help your body absorb and use the nutrients you already eat. Let's break that down. Protein repairs and rebuilds muscle. Yes. But vitamin K2? It tells calcium to go to your bones instead of your arteries. And probiotics? They support your gut, making digestion smoother and nutrient uptake more efficient. This is why Mrs. Yamamoto, age 92, still walks to the park every morning. She eats a small bowl of natto with rice almost every day. Not because she's obsessed with health trends, she just grew up with it. But what's invisible to her is extraordinary to science. Her bones are strong, her digestion is smooth, her muscles recover fast. All from a food most of us have never even tried. Now, let's be honest. Natto is not for everyone. Its flavor is unique, but its principle is something we can all embrace. Enter tempeh, another fermented soy product, but milder, firmer, and widely available in Western stores. It delivers many of the same benefits: protein, probiotics, and fiber, without the strong scent or slimy texture. For you, this could be as simple as adding tempeh to a stir-fry, grilling a slice with vegetables, tossing cubes into a salad. And here's the powerful idea behind it. Fermented foods aren't just ancient traditions, they're biological allies. They work with your body, not against it. They support the systems that start to slow after 60: digestion, absorption, inflammation control. That's why, in Japan, these foods aren't called functional or bioactive. They're just breakfast. So no, you don't have to eat natto every day, but you can embrace its wisdom. Let your food do more than feed you. Let it heal, protect, and strengthen you. And speaking of quiet strength, there's one more food group that Japanese elders rely on more than meat: fish and seafood. Let's dive into that next. Fish rituals. Why small pieces of salmon? Keep elders stronger than big steaks in the West. When we think of protein, we often think big: a thick steak, a double chicken breast, a towering burger. But in Japan, strength doesn't come in slabs, it comes in slices. At a typical Japanese meal, you might find a piece of grilled mackerel the size of your palm. No sauces, no seasoning overload, just a clean cut of fish served with grated radish and a bowl of rice. It's simple, but powerful, because while the portion is small, the benefit is deep. Fish, especially oily fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, offers a unique combination for aging bodies. Lean, high-quality protein that's easy to digest. Omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation and support joint health. Vitamin D for bone strength. And micronutrients that most supplements can't replicate. And here's the real magic: consistency over quantity. Japanese elders don't load up on fish once a week. They eat small portions several times a week, sometimes daily, grilled at breakfast, simmered at lunch, or raw in sushi. Not as a luxury, as a habit. It's not just what they eat, but how they get it, that tells the full story. Take Mrs. Kiyomi, 83 years old. Every Wednesday morning, she walks to the market with her neighbor. She doesn't drive. She doesn't order delivery. She walks. She picks up a few fillets of fresh fish, chats with the vendor, maybe grabs some miso paste and greens. Then she walks home. That short trip gives her physical movement, social connection, fresh ingredients, and a sense of rhythm and purpose. In this way, fish nourishes more than just the body. It nourishes the spirit. Compare that with how many Western seniors eat. Frozen meals, large cuts of meat, often eaten alone in front of the TV.
And to you too.
The difference? It's not just nutrition, it's lifestyle. But you don't have to move to Japan to experience this. You can begin by adding a few sardines to your lunch, a small piece of grilled salmon twice a week, a simple fish soup with rice and greens. No need to make it perfect. Just make it regular. Because when it comes to protein after 60, fish is one of the gentlest yet most powerful allies you can invite to your table. Up next, let's explore 3 everyday foods that bring protein, comfort, and healing, without ever feeling like a diet: eggs, soba, and edamame. Soba, eggs, and gentle meals. Protein that feels like home. Not all protein needs to be bold. Some of the most healing foods in Japan are soft, simple, and comforting, like a warm blanket for your insides. Let's start with the egg. In America, eggs are often rushed, scrambled hard, microwaved, or packed into fast food. But in Japan, eggs are treated gently. a soft-boiled egg nestled in a bowl of noodles. A delicate tamagoyaki, rolled omelet, served at breakfast. Even a raw egg cracked into hot rice, gently stirred into a creamy, protein-rich start to the day. For Japanese elders, eggs are more than nutrition. They're nourishment, familiar, easy to chew, and kind to the stomach. Yet inside that softness lies strength. Eggs are rich in leucine, an amino acid that triggers muscle repair. Next comes soba, the humble buckwheat noodle. Served hot in winter or cold in summer, soba is light but surprisingly high in plant-based protein. Unlike refined white noodles, soba contains fiber to support digestion, magnesium for muscle and nerve function, and antioxidants that help reduce inflammation. What makes soba special isn't just its nutrition, it's the ritual. A bowl of soba is often eaten slowly, with broth, in silence. It's satisfying but never heavy. Perfect for older bodies that crave balance more than fullness. Then there's the quiet star, edamame. Just lightly steamed, sprinkled with sea salt. Simple, portable, joyful. For many elders, edamame is a snack, a side dish, or even a small dinner. But in those little pods is a powerhouse of complete protein, fiber, and micronutrients that support muscle, blood sugar, and gut health. Together, these three, eggs, soba, and edamame, form what we might call gentle protein. They don't fight the body, they flow with it. They meet older adults where they are, offering strength without strain, flavor without fatigue. And perhaps most importantly, they're easy to adopt. You don't need to overhaul your kitchen to start using them. Boil an egg and add it to your toast instead of bacon. Try soba noodles instead of pasta just once a week. Keep frozen edamame in your freezer as a go-to snack. Because protein after 60 isn't about eating more. It's about eating smart, eating in ways that feel good, sit well, and build strength from the inside out. Now, as we've explored what to eat, let's pause for a reality check. What are we doing wrong? In the next section, we'll uncover 3 big mistakes Western seniors make with protein and how you can avoid them with the quiet wisdom of Japanese eating. The 3 big mistakes Western elders make with protein and what to do instead. You may have heard it 1,000 times. Eat more protein after 60. But in the West, how we interpret that advice often leads us down the wrong path. Let's break down the 3 most common mistakes and, more importantly, how to fix them. Mistake number 1, chasing quantity over consistency. Many older adults try to catch up on protein in one big meal, usually dinner. They'll skip breakfast, grab a small lunch, and then serve up a heavy steak at night. Here's the problem. Your muscles can only absorb so much protein at once. The rest, wasted or stored as fat. In Japan, elders spread protein evenly across the day. Tofu and miso soup at breakfast, fish or eggs at lunch, soba or edamame at dinner. What to do instead? Aim for 20-30 grams of protein per meal. Not all at once. Think small, steady signals, not a flood. Mistake number 2, relying on processed supplements, protein powders, energy bars, packaged shakes. They promise easy protein, but often come with artificial ingredients, excess sugar, and poor digestibility. For aging bodies, real food is more effective. It's easier to digest, comes with cofactors like fiber and healthy fats, and is less inflammatory. In Japan, you rarely see seniors with a protein shake.
Perfect.
You see them with bowls, broths,
Indeed it is,
rice,
my dear.
fish, eggs, food with texture, temperature, and tradition. What to do instead? Use protein powders only as backup. Prioritize whole, familiar foods your body recognizes. Mistake number 3, thinking high protein means heavy. In the West, protein is often tied to meat, especially red meat, but heavy cuts can be hard on digestion, high in saturated fat, and make older adults feel sluggish. Japanese elders get protein from lighter sources. Tofu instead of steak, fish instead of pork chops, eggs instead of bacon. These foods nourish without taxing the body. What to do instead? Shift your thinking. Protein doesn't have to be heavy to be effective. Choose sources that are light, balanced, and easy on the gut. Here's the truth. You don't need more protein. You need better protein habits, the kind built into Japanese life.
Delicious.
Frequent, gentle, natural, enjoyable. And that leads us to the final lesson, one that's less about food and more about how you live your days. Let's close this journey by exploring the true secret of Japanese longevity. A life built on small choices. A life built on small choices, the real secret of longevity in Japan. If you're still waiting for the big secret, some magic food, a miracle pill, a revolutionary diet, you might be surprised by how this story ends. Because in Japan, longevity isn't earned in sudden breakthroughs. It's built quietly over time, through small, steady choices made every single day. It's in the way an elder walks to the market instead of ordering delivery. The way she stirs miso soup in the morning, the way he grills a piece of mackerel with care. It's in habits, not hacks, in rituals, not restrictions. When you look closely, you see a rhythm. Protein
delicious,
in
isn't
modest
it?
portions,
Yes, it
movement
is.
without obsession, food shared with others, simplicity over supplements. These elders don't chase health. They live it, through structure, through culture, through meals that echo across generations. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to live in Japan to learn from it. You can start right where you are. Add tofu to your stir-fry this week. Swap one heavy dinner for a bowl of soba. Try miso soup in the morning. Snack on edamame instead of chips. Eat with someone you love. None of these changes are dramatic, but that's the point. The power is in the pattern, the quiet repetition, the small vote for strength cast again and again. So as we close this journey, ask yourself, what is one habit, just one, that you can borrow from this timeless culture of health? Not for perfection, not for performance, but for freedom, for strength, for independence. Because the Japanese secret to longevity isn't about living longer, it's about staying you longer.